Hello. I just want to talk about Kamala's appearance at the Evolve fundraiser that just happened. I was just on a live. A bunch of you guys came in and we watched it together. Well, we watched it together. I had it on YouTube on the live feed from Associated Press. I just want to say, lock it in, elephants. Oh my God. If you watched with me, will you put the emojis that we talked about in the live? So a lock, because she said lock it in. An elephant emoji, because she talked about when she saw a video of the earthquake that happened like last week or recently, where all the elephants formed a circle where they're facing out, and the vulnerable ones of the group are in the middle, and they form a circle to protect them. And so she was basically saying, like, we should be doing that. We should protect the vulnerable people in our society, and I love that. And also blue hearts, obviously. And also parachute, because that's from another thing, another video. I'll talk about that another night. But what I want to talk about is what I thought about her little speech. So first of all, I found out that I didn't know this, but it's customary or something that the opposition doesn't speak negatively about the sitting president until after their 100 days. So as we know, he just had his 100 days yesterday. So today's the 101st day. This is the first chance she could really speak about him. So she did. And, you want to give the president a chance. So, and the first 100 days is usually the president's most productive days. And we know for him, it's been the most destructive days. Not much productivity, more like destruction to our economy, to where our world's standing, to XYZ, breaking international law, humanitarian law, constitutional law, like what else? But what I liked about her speech was, in the live, someone said like, oh, well, I expected her to do more. I thought she should have said something about the EI. Okay. She's not going to do that. And I've said that from the very beginning. She is not going to be the one. No Democrat needs to be the lead on that, because it'll just look petty. It'll look tit for tat. It'll look like sore losers. It can't come from her. We know she won. We know they stole it. We know that. We know there was EI. There is proof with electionalliance.org and others. We know that, okay? But it has to come from a neutral third party. Like I've always said, it needs to come from like NATO and or our military, something like that. It cannot come from blueberries. It just can't. It would look wrong. It would have the wrong energy, and then it would just be like a fight against left and right, and we already have enough of that. So no. So it's not going to be, she's not going to talk about that. I never expected her to. I think that would be stupid. I don't think she would do that. And also, she's not going to talk about solutions because she's not in a position to talk about solutions. What she can do is fill us up with a little bit of inspiration and love and positivity in a very wonderful, short, but powerful speech. And that's what she did. And I love that she told the story about the elephants and that she laughed. And it was like just good to hear a normal person who has love in their heart for humanity talking in an intelligent way, in a loving way. Again, it was like, oh my God, I've missed this so much. So that was great. Also, I really think this is all of this time has been about. I'm almost glad she didn't become the president yet, even though she is by winning. We needed to change. We have been on autopilot for way too long, Americans. We have just phoned it in. I mean, I'll admit it. I feel like a White House intern ever since the election, because I'm like learning about all kinds of things I never knew. And all of us are. We're all learning. But we've needed to do that. We've needed to step into really being an active participant in our government for animals, for clean water, for clean air, for indigenous, for sacred land, for all kinds of things. For us, for due process, for women's rights, for like so many things, we have needed to be more of an active participant. We have left it too much to other people. And so, of course, they're going to be either drowned out by the people who have all the money, or they're going to be corrupt by the money. So there's more of us than there are of the others. So we just need to all be activated. If we're all activated, they can't stop us. They cannot stop us if we're all activated, because there's too many of us. They know that, and that's why they divide us. That's why they try to make us feel like we're powerless, and then we fall into that. Don't fall into that. You are not powerless. You are very powerful. We all are. And it's going to be an amazing turn of events with Pluto and Aquarius. That patriarchal stuff is dying. That's why when something's dying, it always kind of puffs up and gets all venomous and toxic. But that's not going to last. It's not going to last. It's in its dying death rattle stages right now. That's why it just is so awful, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And not just him, but the people that support him, the people that are bowing to him, all of it. It's ugly and it's toxic and it's awful and it's hard to watch. So if you need to take a break, take a break. You know, I've been taking breaks. I'm not on this 24/7. I can't. So I take breaks when I need to because I have my own stuff going on. We all do. We have stuff going on in our own personal lives. We're just trying to survive life too. But know that this needed to happen this way because we needed to be activated. We need to be the type of people that are so activated and so filled with action to put behind our words and really like be aware of everything going on, that whoever becomes the president matches that energy. If you think about it, Tangerine, I almost said his name, Tangerine is matching the energy of what is really the strongest energy up to this point in America. If you think about it, isn't he really? Because it's corporations, greed, money, lying, not paying taxes, like just sort of like this contempt for doing the right thing, you know? That's sort of been the strongest energy that's been out there. And so he just matches that. He matches that energy. Well, if we want someone like Kamala to be our president, we need to match that energy of what we want. We need to become that in ourselves. We need to embody that. We need to be filled with love. We need to protect each other. We need to be filled with courage. It takes courage to fight for what you believe in and to keep fighting for it, even when you don't see any signs anywhere that say there's going to be relief coming. We have to fight for it anyways. You have to keep going. Winston Churchill said, when you're in hell, keep going. We're in hell right now, and we need to just keep going. If we want to get to where we're trying to go, we need to keep going. You can sit down and take a break. You can flip out. You can punch the wall. You can cry. You can slam your head against the ground. Whatever. It's okay. But then get up and keep going, because we've got to get out of here. And the way we're going to get out of here is by keep showing up to the protests. Keep doing what we know we need to do. Don't let them make you afraid and make you tired and make you stop altogether. So I was very inspired by her speech. I was very inspired by sharing that moment with a lot of people in the live tonight. That was very special. And I was crying. And then I'm a nose crier. So I was crying out of my nose too. So that was like, so if you missed it, sorry. You missed something very exciting. Anyway, so stay strong. We're on the right track. Things are good. Even though things are shitty, they're also good. Because we're getting stronger. We're finding our voices. We're finding our power. And we needed to do that. And now when she takes her rightful place, when he's removed, because he's defying court orders, he's breaking international laws, he's doing too many things, he's not going to last. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me when. I don't know those things. But I know that he won't be there much longer. And by him, I mean his whole entire camp of bandits, okay? They're not going to be there for much longer. And so that's that. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about our speech? Were you expecting more? Did it inspire you? Were you in my live? If you were, or even if you weren't, if you want to put a lock emoji, an elephant emoji, and a blue heart emoji, that's sort of the emoji for lock it in with the elephant taking care of the vulnerables and sticking together. We're going to stick together through this. We've formed a really beautiful community here. And if you're new to me, I invite you to come to one of my lives. I go live usually most nights. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. But I'm inspired. I feel good. Also, I took a caffeine and L-theanine pill. So yeah, I might have a little bit more energy than normal. Okay? But that doesn't mean the tears were fake. Those were real because I was inspired and it just felt good listening to her again. Yes. So lock it in.